Let's make some Jamoca Almond Fudge ice cream. Welcome back to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. I'm Jill, and today we're making Jamoca Almond Fudge ice cream, because that was the winning vote from last month's supporting member recipe vote, where I give them all these choices on what to vote on, and that was the winner. So we are making it today. All right, so you're going to need a small blender or just a regular size blender. We're going to start with one banana. It's not frozen, just a regular unfrozen banana. Pretty ripe. I wouldn't go super ripe because the sweetness is a little bit overpowering and then you get too much of that banana flavor. So kind of a mid-ripe banana. And we got 5 decadent dates, 1 teaspoon of nutritional yeast. And I know, I'm hearing you out there saying, nutritional yeast, what is that in ice cream for? Trust me, it gives it just a little bit of that rich flavor. Otherwise, it would just be sweet. And we need the rich too. Then we have 1 tablespoon of cashews and a teaspoon and a half of espresso powder. If you don't have espresso powder, you could just use really strong coffee. I would just probably take down the milk just a little bit because that's another liquid. So probably like 1/4 cup of a really strong coffee. I'll put that in there. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a cup of an unsweetened plant milk of your choice. This is soy milk, because literally it is just soybeans and water. And all of our pantry ingredients today are from our partner Essential Organics, who carry over 600 organic products. And if you want to check them out, you can use the code PLANTBASEDEASY at checkout for 10% off your order. All right, so now all we have to do is blend this. And this recipe is for the Ninja Creamy machine. So you need your Ninja Creamy container out and ready. And we're just gonna blend this until all of that is really pureed. All right, there we go. So the Jamoca Almond Fudge is a coffee flavored ice cream with swirl of chocolate fudge and then toasted almonds. So that's why we're making a coffee flavored ice cream. So you just want to pour that in your container. And just like any of your Ninja Creamy recipes, you need to put this in the freezer overnight, or at least 6 to 8 hours. All right, I'm gonna put this in the fridge or the freezer, and then I'll show you how to make that delicious chocolate fudge sauce. While we're waiting for that, I'd like to share some background on our show. The Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show is crowd-funded, which means these free weekly recipe videos, along with our entire catalog of free printable recipes on our website, plantbasedcookingshow.com, and our Plant-Based Cooking Made Easy cookbook series, are all made possible in part by the generous patronage of our supporting membership community. So if you love our recipes, I invite you to join us on our mission to make plant-based cooking easy, and follow the link in the description to become a supporting member today. There's no denying the plant-based diet is a nutrient powerhouse, but did you know there are a handful of hard-to-get nutrients even well-crafted diets are often lacking? The latest research suggests that complementing your diet with a few specific vitamins, minerals, and omega-3s will help boost your energy and keep you thriving for the long term. That's why my daily health routine includes Complement Essential. Complement Essential contains the 8 critical nutrients lacking from most plant-based diets in dosages optimized specifically for us. As a special discount for our viewers, just use code PLANTBASEDEASY at checkout to save 15% off of your order. Okay, so now onto this delicious chocolate sauce, which actually isn't my recipe. This is a friend of mine, Kim Campbell's recipe from Plant Pure. So thanks, Kim. We're gonna use your delicious chocolate sauce. All right, so you're gonna need a pan and your stove. I've got 1/2 cup of cocoa powder and 2 tablespoons of arrowroot powder. And if you don't have arrowroot powder, you could use tapioca starch or even cornstarch would work. And then this is 1.5 cups of soy milk for the whole recipe, but we're gonna pour about 1/2 cup of there into the pan, and then we're gonna whisk just to incorporate those 2 elements before we mix the rest. So I'm just gonna put about 1/2 cup in there. And then we're just gonna whisk that until it starts incorporating a little bit. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna mix our other ingredients here. So there's a cup left of the soy milk, and this is, again, same thing, unsweetened soy milk. A half teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 8 decadent dates. And we're just gonna blend this until those dates are completely pulverized before we add it to our pan. Okay, now we're gonna add this to our pan, and you're gonna put this on medium heat, and we're gonna heat it until it's kind of bubbly and it's just slightly thickened. And you know what chocolate sauce looks like, but I'll show you when we get to that point. So just keep whisking while it's heating so you don't get any clumps in there. Okay, our chocolate fudge is done here. If you want to come in and take a closer look. Oh, it smells so good, and I know it tastes good because I've had this already. All right, so now you want to just put this chocolate fudge in a container that has a lid to go in your refrigerator, because we're not going to be using all of it. Trust me, you'll want to have this stuff around because it's so good. You're going to be making more ice cream, so you'll have plenty of this to go around. So just put that in your container. There we go. All right, and I already got my Ninja Creamy out, and I already pre-made some of the ice cream so that we could have it ready to go for today. Just put it down in your little Ninja Creamy cup. And we're gonna spin this one time on the light ice cream setting because it is a low-fat ice cream. So the light setting works the best. Okay, now that setting is done, so take that out, take off your lid, and then I've got 1/4 cup of toasted almonds that I've just kind of roughly chopped up, and we're gonna toss those in, put the lid back on, and then you're gonna use the mix-in setting to stir those in. Okay, it's done. Let's take a look at what we have here. Oh, look at that. I can't wait to dig in. All right, I'm gonna grab a bowl and a spoon, and I'll meet you at the table for a taste. All right, let's go in for a taste. Okay, some of that, and then I put some of this delicious sauce on here. And I know it's not drizzled through the ice cream, but this way you can kind of control how much chocolate sauce you want on your own serving. And I like a lot on mine. All right, let's go in for the taste. Oh, that coffee ice cream mixed with the chocolate fudge, and then you get that crunch of those really rich almonds. So delicious. You are gonna love it. Come on back next week for another great recipe.